This is episode 73 of The Rewind, brought to you by Global Sports Entertainment 3. And normally I'm home on the East Wing, but tonight's episode, as you guys have seen in the past, is a little bit more different in the West Wing. We're going to call it the West Wing today. And joined by two beautiful guests. One, as you can see right now, who will be starting off tonight's episode with me and will be following me throughout tonight's episode, is no other than Maryland's finest graduate, Nyla Cherry. I'll give you her introduction momentarily, but we're going to do things a little bit different tonight. And I do want to publicly, because if y'all know me, I'm apologizing private, I'm apologizing public, and I want to publicly apologize to both Nyla and my other guest who's coming on momentarily. Just for the time consuming, because if you don't know, this is as professional as it's going to get in terms of how I like to run it, and structure and everything that's in place. And we do a pretty good job of doing that on a weekly basis. But tonight there was a little bit of a little delay, and Nyla and my other guest was gracious enough to hold on just a little while longer. And I told them that, if they wanted to leave, understand, reschedule, et cetera, but they were willing to hold on and stay with me. And we're going to make sure we do just that here tonight on The Rewind on episode 73. And it took her long enough. I mean, we met in May, and it's now July, but it took her long enough. But God's grace, you guys know me, divine alignment is better than any alignment. And she's here tonight. Episode 73. So Nyla, before I give my intro and your bio, because that's what I do for all my guests, I just want to say good to see you virtually. Last time I saw you, I got to hug you. And some great things have happened since the last time I saw you. Graduated from the University of Maryland, Black scholar, joined a sorority, Deltas. It's playing New Jersey. I see them all the time. But it's good to see you. What's good? Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well. I'm super excited to come on, no matter how long it took, and I'm excited to see how this episode pans out.
How it pans out? What you mean how it pans out?
I want to see what you have to talk about because you like to talk.
I was going to say the same for you.
It makes sense why we both have aspirations of being on TV then.
I'll actually say the thing. But let me get into it with Nyla. If you guys don't know who she is, you're getting ready to find out who she is. She's a proud Randallstown, Maryland native who grew up in a close-knit, faith-centered family with her parents and older brother. Sports, especially being a Baltimore Ravens fan. Did I read that right? Okay, Baltimore Ravens fan, where a major part of her childhood with weekly family football gatherings helping spark her love for the NFL, a graduate of the University of Maryland, and a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority incorporation. Nyla has always been ambitious and passionate about journalism. After experiencing bullying in middle school, she learned the importance of using her voice, which inspired her desire to tell meaningful stories and advocate for people who may feel unheard. Outside of journalism, Nyla thinks, or I should say enjoys, cooking, traveling, spending time at home with her family. Guided by her faith and influence of her great-grandmother, she brings a bubbly, competitive, and determined personality to tell everything she does. As she returns home to plan her next chapter and her next steps, Nyla is confident that our audience will one day see her sharing stories on television. Now, I'm going to tell you guys just from personal experience and seeing her live in action and on camera and in the works, energy, passion, determination, grit, knowledge, willingness to win, all of those components of what it takes to be on TV, analyst, sideline reporter, whatever it may be, studio host. She's got all of that and then some. So I'm going to tell y'all right here, right now in episode 73, mark my words, okay? From my mouth to God's ears, all right? Nyla Cherry one day, sooner rather than later, because it's coming, will be on a television, rather a network, a school team, anywhere. You're gonna see her, and when you do, just thank the Lord. Well, thank me afterwards. But it's Nyla Cherry, episode 73. So Nyla, it's good to see you once again. Baltimore Ravens. You didn't even tell me that. I didn't even know that.
Yes, you did. That's where I'm from. I gotta support the crib.
I'm lucky I don't have anything against the Ravens, so I guess it's all good in the hood. I guess it's all good in the hood. But when did you cross? Did you cross before you graduated, right?
I crossed spring 25.
Oh, look at God. What's been your like most proudest moment being a part of like the sorority, the Deltas? Because and their energy is high. I mean, they step together. I mean, I don't know all the dances and moves and what y'all be doing, but I just know like when I'm at these events with different fraternities and sororities and the Deltas, like, I mean, other than the AKs and obviously Sigmas, like Zetas, like y'all just different. But what's been like your proudest moment so far being a part of that legendary sorority?
I'd say two of my proudest moments. Number one, getting to meet the charter members for my chapter, and my line was able to plan an alumni picnic, which we got our entire chapter together. So that's definitely one of the highlights. And another thing that I think of is just the opportunity to do community service. So running track, I wasn't always able to have free weekends, but the weekends that I was able to spend with my sisters alongside our chapter, just giving back to people definitely makes my days a lot better.
Well, you are blessed. That's one thing for sure, and two things for certain. Another thing I want to put out before I bring my next guest on publicly, again, because I'm gonna say it privately, I'm gonna say it publicly, depending on what it is. For this is something that is sort of came about probably a few months ago, but he was still focused. Obviously finishing high school before he prepares for his next steps of choosing where he's gonna go for undergrad. Uh, I've known him pretty much since he was born. I haven't seen him physically probably since he was about 6 or 7 years old. He's now a young teenager or young adult, whatever they say these days. And I saw his dad recent years due to him, coming, from my uncle's wedding. And this is I don't know the whole family tree, so y'all gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he's my cousin, little cousin, or my nephew. I don't know all the gentrifications of that. But I'm just going to put nephew. I'm just going to label as nephew, and I'm really excited for him to come on because not also do we both share same last name, and we both share greatness in the family. It's something that it was supposed to happen when it was supposed to happen, and he's got a bright future. He's well diverse and from playing multiple sports, and it reminds me of me growing up because I was doing a little bit of everything, just to kind of stay out off the streets and the projects. And I don't know if he's as good as me or will be as good as me, but I'm just saying, big uncle nephew. You guys see the difference, compare contrast. But let's get him in here. Darren Moss, a aspiring actor, stand-up comedian from Gibbs High School. He is a PCCA graduate from Gibbs High School. He's also the all-time scoring leader in soccer, but he's not doing soccer anymore, as he's already announced that. He does plan to do full-time acting and stand-up comedy. Now, Darren, I'm funny as hell, I think. So I know it runs in the family that you are going to be funny as hell.
Sure.
Okay? The whole acting thing, no, I mean, it ain't in my DNA. You can't act on a broadcast. You can't act on the sideline. You either have it or you don't. It's that simple. But I want to say no better time than to have you here on episode 73 along with me and with Nyla and myself. But it is my nephew. I think that's right. Is it cousin? Whatever. Cousin, nephew, little nephew. Darren Moss is here. Episode 73. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Okay. I'm about to say, because if you're going to... Huh?
I said I'm excited. You got me up almost 12 o'clock in the morning.
Whoa. You're not supposed to say the time. We are...
Oh, snap.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you're not nervous, if you're on this platform, because I've had some guests that were nervous, and that must mean that you're going to be in great hands when you're on stage selling out arenas. Again, speaking into existence, selling out Madison Square Garden and Barclays Center and 18. I mean, again, speaking to this because if I'm going to say it for Nyla, because it's already written for her, then I'm going to say it for you because it's already written for you. And Moss is our last name. There's no quitting us. So you already know what time it is. So and now you are part of the family too. Okay, just understand that throughout tonight's episode. But let's get into it as we got a long list of things we got to talk about. Tonight's episode may go at least 2 to 2.5 hours, at least minimum. Y'all supposed to laugh. That's funny. Y'all supposed to laugh.
Hey man,
let's do it.
I was believing you for a second. I told you like to talk.
Look, like I said, I can say the same for you. But let's get into it as we break down this World Cup 2026 as well as the World Cup frenzy that has took place within the last 2 days. Semifinal games between both Spain and France, and then earlier today, I should say, Argentina and England. Now we'll break down Spain and France first. But before that, we do know that this World Cup this Sunday, we already know the winners, which will be Spain and Argentina, going head-to-head at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Is going to be a zoo, and I plan on not being anywhere near MetLife because it's going to be a zoo. Now, I'm going to watch the game somewhere. I don't know where yet. Personally, I can care less for either team, but I'm going to go with Spain. But before I give you why I'm going to pick Spain, we break down France taking care of business and losing to Spain 2-0, as we know that France coming into yesterday's game was the favorite to win, despite Spain having a pretty much clean World Cup journey. Defensively have just been on a whole entire new level. We know that they are one of the only teams, if not the only team, let me correct myself, that has yet to concede a goal during this World Cup. I do believe they conceded a goal during the group stage matches, but after that, they have pretty much been clean all the way through defensively, holding the fort down. And despite Spain not having a true number 9, and we know they have a young talent there, they were still able to go out and find a way to scratch and crawl to get a W against France. Now, Kylian Mbappe, France star, came out after yesterday's loss and was just disappointed in the tactics of how France approached the second half of that game, because we do know that France is normally in a position where they are leading, but when you are down, you have to do things a little bit more differently from a strategic standpoint to put implements in place, substitutions, tactics to change things up, because now you have to chase the game to go win the game. And France didn't do that. Now for Spain, they are making history once again. This will be their first World Cup final since 2010. We know what happened in 2010. I won't even bring it up. There's no even need to even get involved with 2010 because Portugal didn't make it. They didn't win. And I'm upset about that. Just like I'm upset that Portugal is not in the World Cup final right now. That's still another day. Now, Darren, I'll start with you because clearly you know the game thick and thin from being a player through elementary, middle school, and then high school, being an all-time leading goal scorer. So you know a thing or two about putting the ball in the back of the net. But what impressed you more with Spain's victory? Was it Spain's defense, or was it just France not having all the tools to go out there and get a W?
Honestly, when I was watching the game, it looked like France didn't have a game plan, honestly. There was like no sort of attack going forward. And honestly, Spain defense played really good. You know, you got to give it to him. Ferran Torres coming in as a sub every time, and he just putting the ball back in the net, bringing intensity. But I do think Argentina will win the World Cup.
Whoa. Now.
It's not too late to take that back.
You got time.
I'm a Messi fan, all right? I'm a Messi fan. And you got to understand, USA got kicked out. So every World Cup, I go for USA, then I go for Argentina. So here's why. If you've seen the game today, you've seen who played. There's Argentina and England, right?
Yes.
So, and everyone says everybody's rigging Argentina, but I'm not getting it because Argentina attack is very strong. They come back late every game.
Well,
I think they're referring to maybe the missed cards I
Yeah,
think
I
so.
was
I think
going
that might have
to
something to do with that.
So let's get Nyla in here because Nyla, of course, is new to being involved on a multitude of levels with the World Cup this year, and she's been excited about the World Cup. I don't know where she's been at the previous years, but I'm happy that she has now arrived to the party. So good for you to join us. But with this new World Cup, are there what has excited you the most? What is there a favorite player you like to watch? Is there a favorite team? Because at this point, I'm not sure if you're a Ronaldo fan or root for Portugal or root for USA. So give me your perspective on what's drawn you to the World Cup, and as well as what are some of your players you like to watch.
So I am about to disagree with almost everything that Darren just said. What's been
Awesome.
exciting me, I've been keeping up with England and they ended up becoming my favorite team. I'm a little bit biased because my boyfriend is British, so he's got me into the game. I think that's kind of what the missing piece was. I never had a problem with soccer, but one thing that excites me is how fast paced the game actually is when you're watching it being played. I think hearing 45-minute halves was very intimidating, but like I said, the pace is super fast. It's easy to keep up with. And I think how easy it is to follow makes it a very universal sport. And I like that it connects different age ranges. So whether you've been watching soccer or you're new to it like me, there's something for everybody there. So my favorite player has been Jude Bellingham. I think he's a dog. Like I think he's so good, whether it's defending, but I like that he can also attack as well. You kind of just never know what you're going to get with him. So I am definitely rooting for Spain. I'm not a happy camper, but it's okay. I think England is going to come back, and I'm excited to continue keeping up with soccer as the World Cup continues to play out.
Well, we're down to two teams on Sunday, but I'll just give a quick first off. Now, I'm not mad at you at all. I think rooting for England this World Cup was pretty much the good way to go. A lot of people didn't have as much confidence in England to get to a semifinal. Let's just start there when the group stage first started. But Jude Bellingham being pretty much the dominance in the midfield this World Cup, especially the last two games, really impressed me. Would have loved to see Harry Kane be more involved in the attacking for England, especially a game like today. We know that once Anthony Gordon scored the goal in the 55th minute, putting England up 1-0, things started to change because, again, we've already seen Argentina down in this World Cup and then making multiple comebacks. And yes, we can say a whole lot about a lot of missed cars that wasn't happening for Argentina, but a lot of things were happening for Argentina, but not against. But more importantly, when I watched this game and obviously breaking it down here tonight, I didn't see the grit and composure from England as we started to get closer to that 80th minute, because we do know that England started to park the bus, which is something I'm not a fan of unless, if you're in the 85th minute, sure, crucial, coming down to the 90th, great. But 80th minute, they're starting to park the bus. We see Harry Kane being more involved in the defensive part of it for England to be an extra bite to help out. And it could be a disaster waiting to happen because we do know Argentina, once they got that strike and tied that 1-1, the gravity and the juice and all that England had worked so hard up until that point to build on was just really sucked out of the arena in Atlanta. And that was pretty much all she wrote because I didn't see that composure. I didn't see that fight. I didn't see the how bad do you want it energy from England. And look, there's so many things that goes wrong once you concede a goal 1-1, especially in the World Cup, especially against a team like Argentina, knowing that they can strike goal immediately. And there was nothing really much you can do if you were England that time because for that last previous 10 minutes, you were already in a defensive mindset of we're trying to prevent Argentina from scoring and tying this game up. But now, once they have tied it at one apiece, then what do you do, right? And then it pretty much turned out to be, Martinez having the game-winning goal in the 90th minute with a few minutes of extra time. So yes, I'm with Nyla. Yes, I'm rooting for Spain on Sunday. But you have to give your credit where credit is due to Argentina. I mean, they were delayed but not denied, and they found ways, despite what England had did going up 1-0 in today's game, still was able to find ways to attack and obviously find holes in that England defense to put them in position to win. And that's what they did today, walking out of Atlanta 2-1 to prepare for a World Cup final against Spain at MetLife Stadium on Sunday. So let's do quick picks here. On Sunday, we have Argentina, we have Spain. Darren's pretty much in the driver's seat because he's Team Messi all the way till the world blows up. He's going with Argentina. Nyla, who you like to see on Sunday, Spain or Argentina? I know you're going to go with Spain, but I just need the world to hear it.
I'm definitely going to go with Spain, especially because they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder. They weren't even favored to beat France, let alone make it all the way to the finals. So I'm going with Spain. I think they can get the job done, and I'm always going to ride for the underdog.
We love an underdog story. Darren, any score prediction you have for Sunday's World Cup final? We know you got Argentina, but do you have a score prediction?
Well, it's definitely going to be a great game. I agree with both of you guys' opinions, how Spain has been playing. They've been really good defensively and attacking. So it's going to be a tough match, but my predictions will probably be, I think it's going to go to penalties, honestly. And maybe, hopefully, Argentina will take the win. I'm going to ride with Argentina, but it's definitely going to be a close match, I think.
Chris, this is where the booze coming at.
Oh, come on. Don't boo. You guys don't understand. Argentina, if you guys have been watching the games, they go down, obviously, 1 or 2 goals in the first half. But then by the second half, by like the 85th minute or, close to the 90th minute, they always end up coming back because teams end up giving up, thinking they're not going to attack back. Right? So that's kind of how I'm thinking the game's going to go. Hopefully they don't go down. They've been great defensively also. So like I said, it's going to be a good game to watch.
So the officiating for Argentina games have been spot on, huh? Clean all the way through?
Here and there. The referees, they let some stuff go. I feel like they're letting the players They let the players fight a little bit more this World Cup. The referees not being soft.
It's funny how, it is funny. I mean, it's funny how, when Argentina's playing, the officiate's different, but we see other games so far in this World Cup, it's funny when things happen for Argentina and not when it's against Argentina. It's just, I call it both ways, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Nyla's got Spain. Darin has Argentina. You guys know me. I'm kind of wearing their colors in some form or fashion, but I'm taking Spain. The battle of the Spanish. I know they're cousins in some degree. Argentina's, they feel like they are like above everybody else, and they're.
I do know that at the end of the day, it's going to be Spain taking the World Cup in New Jersey and let the party begin. All right. So Nyla, we locked in.
We with it.
We ain't got to worry about the Messi fans all over the world. And Argentina, their days are numbered. Okay. It's Wednesday. World Cup's on Sunday. I'll see y'all Monday morning.
Yep.
After it's all over. Because I know Sunday night, y'all gonna go to social media and find ways to complain about this went wrong, that went wrong, and this, that, and the third. And I know FIFA and everybody wants to see Messi go out on top. World Cup, his last one. I get all that. You got to try to compare and say Messi's journey to the World Cup was easier than Ronaldo's. I mean, I get all of that. I mean, I can get into the facts for that, but that's, again, story for another day. So World Cup this Sunday, you'll be able guys to catch that live at MetLife Stadium. France eliminated, England eliminated. We're down to 2. It's Spain and Argentina. Enjoy the World Cup on Sunday. Switching gears as we go down a different road, which leads to a different destination that will start with Nyla and end with me, because I was preparing for, Nyla being in the track world. And the Worlds was coming up in August, if you didn't know about it. But then Nyla had to politically correct me tonight prior to this episode. And you guys know me. I'm big on preparation. I got to be prepared for what I got to talk about. Because if you don't know it, don't talk about it. Some people just don't understand that in life, and I don't understand why. But Nyla, I don't know about it because you came at me from the left field before I could prepare to talk about it. So lead the way. Let's follow your lead.
I definitely want to get into Worlds coming up in Budapest, but I actually want to turn our attention to track and field outdoor championships for the Team USA. They are happening next week. They start on the 23rd, I believe. I'm naturally a huge fan of the short sprints and the field events, just based off the events that I competed in. So I want to talk about Masai Russell. She's undefeated in 2026. Do you think she has what it takes to get the job done at Worlds?
Yes, I do. I have seen Mrs. Russell compete a few times before next week's competition, and she just has the it factor. And I know the Olympics is around the corner, and I do believe that Team USA should consider having her on board in some form or fashion because, I mean, losing, what's that? There's no L in it. She just has it. I don't know, from her training with her coach to the preparation to obviously being in top-notch shape, competing, being physically fit. I mean, I just look at her just from her body, her physique. She just has all the complete components of what I aspire to look like when I run. And I'm not as fast as her. I might be fast as Nyla. I might be. You know, I played soccer too. Okay, I was pretty fast, especially going up and down that wing. All right, but I'm just saying. But now, yes, I do believe. Do you believe as well? Because this is going to be huge next week for her.
I absolutely think she has what it takes. I think next week, I don't even think that she's going to play it safe. I think she's going to run sub 12-2. I like watching Masai because a lot of people started to count her out in college. She didn't have the best collegiate career. It wasn't that it was subpar, but she was coming off such national recognition in high school that I think a lot of people expected her to take home that national championship. But I think she has truly found her footing since joining professional track. I think she's found the right training plan for her. I think she's locked in mentally and she's hungry. I like that winning the gold medal was not enough at the Olympics. She's still going at it. She's still undefeated. She's still changing her training partners, etc. She's doing whatever it takes to get to the top. So although some people, you can say what you want about her, one thing that you can never take away from her is her work ethic, which kind of brings me into the next person I want to talk about. This might be a hot take. He might be corny. He might be arrogant. But I want to see Noah Lyles take home the double. Like, I understand he's this, he's that. He's also a dog, though, and I think that he has what it takes to finally get the double done. And people, you can say what you want about him. He's putting attention on track and field, so as a recent athlete, I love that. I like that he's uniquely himself. You can't tell him anything. Yes, he might be annoying, but you could also just not be his target audience. So I'm super excited to see him. And of course, Anna Hall, she's always going to hold it down in the heptathlon. She's super fun to watch compete because she's another person who I think almost everybody has that dog in them, because when it comes to track and field, you kind of have to. It's super gritty, especially as somebody who competes in an event like the heptathlon where it's 7 events in one. She has to tap into something. I think she's coming off a wonderful honeymoon trip, and now she's ready to get the job done. So we'll see how next week pans out, but I'll definitely somewhere sat in front of my TV.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Noah Lyles, despite the controversy and some of the things he's been in previously, I think now you can't question his talent. You can't question his work ethic. He backs up what he says. And if there's anyone in life, if you can always apply action with words and let the naysayers just talk about whatever you're going to talk about because you know you can go out there and get results, I got no problem with it. I mean, everyone just has a different swagger, different cockiness, a different aura about them. And I think all great athletes have that in some form or fashion. Now, I don't think any of us live our lives to please others or live our lives to have the validation or the approval of somebody else. So, it'll be interesting to see because we do know that now Noah Lyles, does bring a crowd. He does bring cameras. He does bring, obviously, a viewership. And that's what's going to put people in seats, and that's what's going to put people in position to want to talk about it. So I'm rooting for Noah Lyles. Anything has to do with USA, especially in track and field, I'm rooting for it, hands down, okay? All right, we're not rooting for Argentina. We're not rooting for Spain. We're not rooting for England. We're not rooting for Portugal. USA, okay? Olympics a little bit more different. So we shall see. But appreciate Nyla, of course, leading the way because she kind of hit me out of left field. But I just want to make sure I come correct and let her come correct because on Rewind we don't do stuff like that. But it's okay. We love you. and you are more than welcome to come on anytime, as you already do know. Darren, you too. But there's one person that we getting ready to talk about that we would love to see make his mind up and see where he's going to take his talents to. It is LeBron James, who's getting ready to enter into year 24. Last week we talked about it with, of course, our girl, Ice, Nyla, who was here last week, blessing us with her presence. We know LeBron and his camp with Rich Paul being the agent of him that's leading all the negotiations and ongoing talks with the organizations. We are down to 3, if you didn't know, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, we know recently, within the last 48 hours, that we saw Tyrese Maxey and the big 3 of Joel Embiid and Jaylen Brown already reach out to LeBron with a pitch to try and give him the persuasion to come join them in Philadelphia. And how I look at it is, at this point in LeBron's career, ring chasing, I don't think that's on the table. It's nothing to prove. He's getting ready to enter year 24, something that is still playing at a high level. I'm not going to say elite level, but I'm going to say at a high level. We do know that his days of being the number 1 option is over. Hell, I'll make the argument and say his days of being a number 2 option is over. And he's embraced that being a number 3 option that we saw earlier this year with the Lakers, but he's been able to still turn it up a notch, still average over 24, 25 points per game, still being the player that he was, he once was in Miami. But this is important for the next chapter in his career. Does he have 1 more year left in him? Does he have 2 more years left in him? Is he waiting for Bryce to get to the NBA? We know Bronny is with the Lakers. So a lot of different questions, but with all the speculation, with all the news, now I'll start with you and Darren. You can follow up. Where do you see LeBron taking his talents to? Does he go to Cleveland? Is he going to go his last farewell tour with the place that he grew up on just 10 minutes down the road in Akron, Ohio? Does he go to Miami to reunite with Coach Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, who's put together, signing Giannis Antetokounmpo along with Bam Adebayo in the front court? Or does he go with Philly? Philly already has something special, recently traded for Jaylen Brown. We know they have VJ. We know they have Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. Where does he go? And better yet, where do you think he should go with the next chapter of the Kings' career?
You said it yourself, the player he was in Miami. I think LeBron should go back to the Heat. I know he's not ring chasing per se, but I think it would be great to see the Heat get 1 more win. And I guess more of the modern era. It's crazy that now 2026 is considered modern for me. I feel a little old, but I want to see LeBron. He's already went back to Cleveland since he's been established. I want to see him go back to Miami and kind of pay it for it the same way he did in Cleveland.
Pay it forward in Miami like he did Cleveland. Okay. Okay. Darren, where do you think he goes? Where do you think he takes his talents? Is it the South Beach? Is it the Philly? Or is it back to Cleveland?
Well, this is the King we're talking about here. I still think he's still playing at a high level, just like you said. Obviously, he's my favorite player. I watched the whole Lakers season, and obviously they had to move from playing with Luka Doncic because they wanted to revolve around him. I do think he would probably be a good fit, probably either at the Heat. I will have to agree with Nyla here. I would love to see him back in the Heat's uniform. We know he's not ring chasing anymore. But, for his last year, I think he should go back home,
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Personally, it does not matter where he goes to me. You have to do what's best for you in terms of happiness. Now, we do know each 3 have their own different rosters and different styles and obviously different coaching. And we do know that LeBron has already played under Coach Eric Spoelstra. We don't know how he will look with Nick Nurse in Philadelphia. We damn sure know how he will look with I can't remember his name because he screwed me during the playoffs this year. And he came out with this terrible press conference, and it just really annoyed me because he blamed on analytics. And analytically, we're up 2-0. Why can't Kenny Atkinson? There you go. See, it took me some time. I had to spill it out. So I think from a coaching perspective, Coach Sproul is the way to go. He already knows the Heat culture. He already knows, obviously, the organization that Pat Riley has built from the ground up, especially since taking over, being in an executive role and managing and learning and making all the moves for the Heat. And we do know that if there's anything that Pat Riley has is 1 more run at an NBA Finals. Now, that does include having to go through Philadelphia or Cleveland potentially to get there. Boston as well. But it'll be interesting to see. And Rich Paul's already came out publicly and said that, they're not rushing a decision on where, LeBron's going to sign to. They're currently obviously still receiving, pitches from these 3 different organizations. So does it come down to fit? Does it come down to style of play? Does it come down to coaching? Does it come down to roster? We don't know what those conversations look like, but we do know that LeBron will somewhat hopefully make his decision sooner rather than later, so we can just put this to bed, because it'd be nice to put this to bed and we can focus on other things, maybe like summer league, or maybe football season around the corner, something. But we shall see when the King makes his decision on what team he wants to take his talents to for year 24. 2026 WNBA All-Star Weekend is almost here, as we do know that it will be July 24th through 26th in Chicago this year. And we do know that there will be a lot of stars taking center stage that you see below. We know Angel Wilson. We know Paige Beckers being one of them. Angel Wilson and Jackie Young. We got Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, we have star-studded power getting ready to take place in Chicago, which is going to be a great All-Star Weekend. Actually, it's going to be next weekend. I don't know how to think about it. And we do know that there's been a lot of different things as we get close to the first half of the season coming to a close. And we do know there's been a lot of talks out there in terms of best guards in the league. Is it Olivia? Is it Kelsey? Is it Paige? But I wanted to ask you guys, because you know me, I'm a statistician. I got my stats. I got my numbers. I got my arguments. I got my facts. Okay, and I can go toe-to-toe with the best of them. If you don't know, you may find out right now. But anyway, I'll start with you, Nyla, who's been a advocate for women in sports, being a woman in sports advocate, and also being a fan of the W. We look at the league's best. We do know that it can be Olivia Miles. It can be Paige Beckers. It can be Kelsey. It even could be Kelsey Mitchell from Indiana. But all 4 of these guards, I know Kelsey Mitchell's not pictured here, but I'll make sure she's included. We do know that all 4 of these guards have been playing major roles for their team so far in the first half of the season. All 4 scoring at an elite level, playing at a high clip. But for you right now, as we get closer to the end of the first half of the season in the W for the 2026 season, in your opinion, for what you saw, who is the league's best guard?
I am going to give it to Paige Beckers. I think she is the complete package. I love how she impacts the game as a scorer, facilitator, and defender. And I like how comfortable she looks leading a team despite being super early on in her career. I'm excited for the All-Star Weekend to see kind of how the veteran scorers and the established stars, how they match up with the new generation. And the W has grown a lot in recent years. So I'm honestly just happy everybody's finally getting the recognition that they deserve for years to come. Okay, maybe you're not in fact here with it. Like,
now, yeah, I did hear me say, like, if something, if one of them wanted to say something, I'm prepared and ready. And maybe you haven't seen Olivia Miles this year, or haven't seen her in recent weeks or recent games. I do know she got hurt early today, wishing obviously the best in terms of hopefully nothing major. I have nothing wrong to say. I really don't. I don't.
But
However, we know that Paige Beckers is more of an efficient scorer than Olivia Miles. And I know Olivia Miles is having a great rookie campaign. Right now, I've already put my hat in there for Olivia Miles to be this year's WNBA Rookie of the Year. We know from a stats comparison, Paige is averaging 20 points per game. Olivia Miles is giving you 19 plus per game. And now let's not forget to mention that Olivia is still leading the team in scoring while also trying to lead Minnesota while playing at a high level without star player Napheesa Collier. Now, yes, I know Paige, Dallas, whole different setup, whole different situation. We do know that that Dallas is looking to get to the playoffs, while Minnesota right now is tied to be the best team in the WNBA, right along with the Las Vegas Aces. Now, Paige still has the advantage in scoring assists this year compared to Olivia, and shooting efficiency, because we do know that Paige does get to her spots and she does shoot the ball at a high level. But you can't sit here and convince me that Olivia Miles can't be in the conversation to be best guard in WNBA. We do know that they'll both be starters in this year's WNBA All-Star game, but Nyla, it's just a shame for you to sit here and take Paige Buckets Becker over Olivia Miles, because Olivia has been scorching the league since she walked in the door.
I said Olivia. I never said she couldn't be in the running, but however, I'm going to stand firm with Paige. I like what she's bringing to the table. I think, me, said it a couple times, and say I like people who play with grit. I'm not taking that away from Olivia.
Olivia, don't?
I'm not taking that away from Olivia. I'm saying that right now. However, I get excited watching Paige play. Again, I'm not saying that is not true. Two things can be true at once. But I personally am sticking with Paige.
Okay, well, we look at Paige Beckers right now so far throughout the W, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists a game, shooting the ball at a high clip, as I said, 51% from the field compared to Olivia Miles, who's averaging 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists a game. We do know that Olivia is ahead in the categories of rebound and steals, so that tells us that Olivia is also always down to get down with the gritty work and get down low to get down there, crash the glass, grab some rebounds, push in transition to create plays for her teammates. But we shall see. Darin, I know you watched the W from afar, but if you had to give a pick of best guard in the W from what you've seen throughout your time watching W this year, who do you think is the best guard right now? And if you say Kelsey Mitchell, I'm okay with that. I'm just saying I'm okay with that.
I'm not going to lie. I don't have as much as knowledge as you guys have on the WNBA.
So just say Olivia and we'd be all right.
Okay, Olivia, but where is Caitlin Clark in this conversation?
Nyla, you want to explain that? Because I could easily explain it. If you want to explain it, I can.
No, you know what? I'm gonna let you take it. I'm gonna let you take this one.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, if you didn't know Darren, okay, Caitlin Clark has been a non-factor so far this year for the Indiana Fever, as she has been sidelined with some injuries, and Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston have been carrying the load for Indiana, and they've been playing better basketball without Caitlin. Now I know statistically, folks would disagree with me on that, but Caitlin Clark has yet to play consistently so far in the W, and we look forward to seeing her return to the court in the second half of the season for the WNBA, because when she does play, she's been getting banged up. A lot of calls that's not going her way, body language, but neither near here or there. We still appreciate the greatness of Caitlin and what she has brought to the game for the WNBA, and she's been a big reason for a lot of the changes that has happened from last year to then this year. But Caitlin has not been at the elite level in terms of what we've seen from Paige, Olivia, Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Mitchell, etc. So hope that answers your question.
I've only seen one WNBA game, and that was in Vegas when I went to see the Aces.
That's
really fun. I think they're a really great team. I got to watch Chelsea today. Angel Wilson wasn't playing, but I heard she's very good, and she would help them win that game.
MVP right now. They give her MVP right now. Okay, and she is an AKA. If you didn't know, all right. Shout out to the AKAs. I do got a question for you guys.
Sure. What's your thoughts on Angel Reese and how she's doing in the league?
I guess I'll start. Angel Reese, it's a touchy subject for me. Right. I always want to root for the hometown kid. I can say I want to see more from Angel Reese. I do. I think that she's been off to a crazy start. Oh, can I finish? Can I finish my thoughts? I think that she's been off to a phenomenal start, but I think she can go even deeper. Like I think her ceiling is incredible, and I just want to see what else we can get out of her. Now, is that okay? Is that a good take, Monte? Like, do I have a approval?
Yes, I didn't say no. I'm first off, I am not the person that is
animated.
Look,
I mean, I'm not. No, definitely not hating. If you know me, I'm always for rooting for my people. And Nyla knows I pour into her the way she has poured into me. I am not the approval person of takes. Your take is your take and how you feel. If I agree with it, I may just say nothing. If I disagree with it, then I will say something. But I don't disagree with you. However, what more could you want from Angel Reese right now, leading the league in double-doubles, averaging 15 points, over 12 rebounds a game for the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta Dream right now, she's in a better position than where she is right now than where she was last year with Chicago Sky, as Chicago Sky right now is one of the worst teams in the WNBA. She's in a great spot, and she's only going to get better as the season progresses. Now, I do know that, team fit wise and her having to kind of figure the new system, the coaching, the style, the city, all that comes with time. I mean, we're like 23, 24 games into the W. But from what Angel has came in and the immediate impact that she's brought to the Atlanta Dream, I'm not disagreeing with you, Nyla, at all. I'm not disagreeing. You saying you want more, 15 and 12, that's I'm okay with that consistently. But if they're in terms of another level where she can take it to, I would do like her to see her climb that next mountain or get to that next gear where she can be at a I'm not going to say Angel Wilson style or status, because Asia's just in a stratosphere by herself. But I do like to see her get 18, maybe 20 points tonight. It comes with time. As I said a few weeks ago, greatness takes time. And I know Angel has all the tools to be great, but she's doing it. She's doing it. I think the media has a weird way of just like putting things into perspective for players to just feel like they are not enough. Like we have these high expectations on Angel Reese. I'm not expecting Atlanta to make it to a championship. I'm not expecting Atlanta to win 40 games. I do believe they'll make the playoffs. I do believe Angel Reese will continue to get better as the season goes on, but the notion of like Angel's got to do this, Angel's got to do that. Yes, it is a touchy subject. I agree 100%. But you know me, I'm not running from no smoke, especially right here. And I'm just saying, give. It's coming. It's coming along. Good question, Darren.
More from her right now today.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said that I want more from her. I do.
What's more? What's more? What's more? What is
the same thing you were looking for. I'm looking for the 18. I think it's because I think that she has so much potential, and I'm not saying that she's not living up to all of her potential right now, but I don't think her sky right now is going to be her sky in a few years. That's all I'm saying. I think that she will find that next. I think she's definitely going to continue to be competitive. I think she's going to develop. I'd like to see her develop her bag a little bit more, because I want her to do a better job creating her own shots. See, it's little things. I'm not saying that she's terrible. I know she has it on defense. She's aggressive. She's definitely getting to it in the paint. But I do want to see her create a little bit more of her own shots. That's the only thing I'm saying. Just a little bit more from her. That's all. Just a little bit more.
Well, I agree. With her, with Alicia Gray and Howard, that's the perfect nucleus. That's a perfect nucleus. We know Alicia Gray is leading the team in scoring. We know Angel Reese is third on the team in scoring. But Atlanta they just need a few more. I think I'd like to see Atlanta improve their bench. They're at 14 and 10 right now, but I do like to see them improve their bench, because we know their starting five has some firepower. But I would like to see them maybe add a piece or two coming off the bench to kind of give Atlanta that push. They will make the playoffs 100%, but fundamentals, yes. Bag work, yes. Consistent jump shot, 15, 16-foot footer, yes. We do know that she stepped her game out to the three. I'm not sure if I like that right now. Take care of down low and then worry about expanding your game. Adding a three-point shot just gives another arsenal to your game, of course. But I'm not like, when I see her shoot threes, I'm like, please don't shoot that. It's not nothing against a jump shot. It's just no, don't do it. Just don't. At least
another question I have, though. I'm sorry.
We might as well make him host tonight. Go ahead. Hey,
I'm sorry. This is my first podcast. I'm not sure how it works.
it's okay. Be great, brother. Be great. It's a Moss thing. Be great.
So I'm curious about the Angel Reese thing. So obviously, I know as she was going into the WNBA, she was at LSU, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
She started at the Terps, though. Don't forget. Don't forget.
What?
Started at Maryland, if you didn't know.
Do you guys think she was better in college than she is in NBA, or how's her progression going? Was she better in LSU than she is in WNBA?
No, sir.
She's
The way that she has developed her
now.
game, like while I do want a little bit further development within her bag, the way that her bag has changed, the few misses that she is having, how aggressive she's been in the paint, I think she's gotten a lot more used to her size. I think she's taken advantage of her size. I think that she's turned, and she was good in college. I'm giving her great in college, but I think that she has truly found her rhythm in the W. And like I said, I think we haven't seen half an Angel Reese yet. I'm excited. I'm stoked, actually.
Sweet.
No, she's not lying. I have nothing to add to that. I mean, if you don't know Angel Reese in terms of where she started in college at Maryland to obviously transition into LSU and then being part of the nucleus of what LSU was and competing for national championships and going against Caitlin Clark while she was at Iowa and that rivalry being started and her having to navigate to being the face of a franchise, being drafted to Chicago, not working out to the plan. I'm sure that what she would envision, because Chicago is a great market city to then start your career in terms of endorsements and things like that. But then, she went through a lot in her first year, then losing her head coach in year one, and then going through so many different emotions in year two. And then, after the whole Chicago thing, she's publicly saying she wants to win, wants to be a part of a winning situation. Again, every player wants to do that, at least in my mind, in terms of competing for a championship. And then moving to Atlanta has been that in terms of them still trying to find their identity, establish their style and their rhythm. But it's good for the city. I mean, she's had a lot of success since then off the court with endorsements, with obviously commercials and sneaker deals and stuff like that. So all positive things that you want to have as a player, especially being that young. And we know financially she's been able to do a lot more with the endorsements and off the court things that she's been able to take care of. And it's been transitioning to on the court. So Atlanta is blessed, to say none the least. They have a lot of years of Angel Reese to go, and they have an opportunity to do something special in Atlanta. And I know Angel Reese, as Nyla said, is not where her potential or her ceiling is yet. And we look forward to seeing that as the season goes on, especially with the second half kicking off in a few weeks. And then obviously as she continues her career in Atlanta, because, I'm just trying to get down to a game, maybe hit up Magic City, just for the wings, though. Just for the wings. Just for the wings. Publicly. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Just for the wings. All right. I don't know what other entertainment goes on in there. I'm just going for the wings. Maybe a drink or two. Just the wings. Just the wings. Hey, look. Pimping ain't easy. There will be no unfiltered tonight, but we do have a rewind of the week on episode 73. So, Chris, let's get into it of this week's edition of Rewind of the Week. On this week's edition of Rewind of the Week, episode 73, we go down memory lane and sort of bring this to the light because this is Nyla and myself's first time meeting. We had Ice on last week, who didn't know, who is the CEO and organizer of Your World Enterprises, who I did talk about, that puts together this great program. I ain't going to say program. I'm just going to say opportunity for young, aspiring analysts, reporters, broadcasters for a weekend of AAU basketball, both Saturday and Sunday. There was 1 week with boys. There was 1 week of girls. Nyla and myself were present for the boys this year as I met her for the first time. I didn't know anything really much about her. She didn't know anything about me. But as soon as we met, it was just like instant connection. Energy was there, and I got to see Nyla obviously do her thing on the sideline with doing a tremendous analytics in terms of coaches getting notes from players, interviews, and then, her being put into the spotlight. And what I mean by that is she has a gift, right? Any one of us probably could have done that. But as a broadcaster, I know I can do more than broadcast, sideline reporting, whatever. But that just wasn't my time. It wasn't my calling for that particular weekend. And we do know that Nyla has had a lot of work. CBS put her in a nice hotel for that weekend. I got to put it out there because that's just the greatness that you have in store than you. CBS put her in a hotel for the weekend, and she was able to be put on display. And nerves and pressure and all the different things that go through a person's mind when you have that next thing you have to do. And Nyla was there for Championship Sunday, and I think one of the most gratifying moments for me to watch her from afar, because, again, I was supporting everybody there. Everyone's just trying to get better. Everybody's just trying to get reps. Everyone's just trying to pretty much put this thing together because, as I said last week with Ice, you can have all these people come from different walks of life, but you don't know their personalities. You don't know their strengths or weaknesses. You're basically bringing this to a weekend to hopefully everything goes well. And it went well. And for Nyla to have the opportunity to be on duties for the sideline reporting for the championship game, I believe it was 17U, and her to have the opportunity on center court with the winning team, with all the cameras and the trophy and the coaches and the parents behind screaming, yelling, and her to pretty much seal the deal for the weekend in doing that last post-game press conference, championship press conference with the coach, with the players. It was pretty much the icing on the cake for me. And to see her live was truly special. And yes, we did hang out. A few of us went to dinner or whatever that Saturday night. Probably shouldn't have stayed up that late anyway. We had to be back up at the arena at 7:30 that night, 7:30 that morning. And we know Ice, the timing, if you are 7:31 in 1 second, your ass is in hot grease. But it was a blessing to meet Nyla. And then our relationship, we've stayed in touch since then. She's done great things, and I've supported her. And I wanted to make it my mission tonight or at some point when her schedule aligns to bring her on for an episode. And she will be on for many more to come, maybe guest co-host once a month or something during the football season. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll go through all that. But I wanted to dedicate this segment to you, Nyla, as I did last week with Ice with one of the segments for her. And pretty much just say thank you for your love, your support, your passion for sports, being a Black woman, aspiring media woman in sports, just doing a damn thing, representing Maryland. Go Terps, even though they lost to Michigan, by the way. If you didn't know that, they lost to Michigan, both football and basketball. If you didn't know that, I'll remind you. Go Blue. Go Blue. But love you. It's good to have you. Good to have you.
It was great to have you until you started being weird, but up until
weird. What you mean?
Be on this show today.
Like,
I understand it's go blue, but again, two things can be true at once. You did not need to mention that. This wasn't even about that. See, you bringing stuff into this that don't even have anything to do with anything. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
It's a part of our friendly banter, which definitely helped me get through the weekend back in Albany. You were a great person to me. I love you for all of your support. You definitely helped me to step into my confidence that weekend. I know I was coming to you saying that I was a little bit nervous, and you just kind of speaking life into me, especially as two younger people who have found their relationship with Christ. It was definitely extremely helpful having somebody to pray with me, having somebody to just make sure I was navigating New York safely. It meant so much to me. Had a great time with you guys, and yes, I hope to. Oh,
I forgot all about that. Oh, my bad. Oh, baby. I love you. I forgot all about that.
Indeed.
Look at God.
But yes, I hope to see you guys later on, a couple times, maybe once a month. I could be into that. But it's been a great night, and thank you guys for having me.
I love your presence. I love your presence. I mean, for people out there that don't know Nyla, when and if you meet her in person, it's times 4. I mean, her energy is like at a 20. And I mean, it's hard to describe. You just have to feel it. You have to meet her to understand what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know if she even ever has a bad day just because of her energy and her love. I mean, she just has a go-get mentality. She has the how bad do you want it mentality, win now mentality. And I do know one thing's for certain and two things for sure. Her future is bright. Her calling is coming sooner than rather she thinks. And I know God's got her covered, just like God got us covered. But God's definitely got her covered because she is definitely one of God's favorite angels. I'm just saying. But yeah, now as my dog, Woman in Christ, me being a man of Christ, I might just sing one of my favorite songs, but I won't do it tonight. But, we got one more segment. And I normally don't even give guest segments. That's just, I kind of got it like lined up sport-wise, But, I just want to make sure I pour into people that have poured into me. And this next segment is something that, again, it's not normally doesn't never happen. But, Nyla knows me. She goes, I just got to pour into people. So it's our last segment of tonight on episode 73. It's Floss with Moss, and it's Floss with Moss. That's it. That's all I got. Now, we do know that the ESPYs are taking place tonight. And God's grace, I hope to be there one day with my wife, whoever that may be. I put it in his hands. He'll lead the way. He'll lead the way. But this segment or this episode or this Floss and Moss episode 73, I wanted to share again and give the floor to my little cousin or my nephew.
Yeah. Cousin.
All right, we're just going to say little cousin. And Darin has again, someone who has been on an amazing journey from New Jersey to Florida, moving different parts of Florida, being raised differently, of course, than being raised up north, I should say, because I'm sure being raised in the South is a whole lot different. I've never been to Florida yet. So I don't know what living is like down there. But obviously it must be nice if you're going to South Beach like LeBron soon to be going. But Darren, I want to give this opportunity to you because you are doing something that is unprecedented because most of the time, at least how I think it goes or from what I've seen, if you have a passion for something or if you're doing something at elite level through high school, especially a sport, that then transitions into your collegiate career. And then that pretty much then leads to a different destination of professional, overseas, or et cetera. Now, Nyla has done that in the track world and being a stud at the University of Maryland, being a track star for the University of Maryland. Go Terps, right? See how I did that? Now, for you, you're doing something a little bit more different because although you are leaving high school as the all-time leading goal scorer, which is something that is congratulations in itself, that is earned, not given. You are now taking the next step in your young life and in your young career, and that's to pursue acting, which I can do, maybe, and having aspirations and dreams and a passion to be in stand-up comedy, which I know I damn sure can do. So for you, tell us the reasoning to pretty much hang it up in terms of your cleats in soccer. Yes, I'm sure you probably play for fun on the side. Yes, you're still in your prime, if that even makes sense. But give us some of the reasons of why you're stepping out and on faith like I did and doing now. And tell us, the reasoning, the inspiration and the journey behind it.
All right. Yeah. So ever since since middle school, I've always wanted to be an actor and comedian. I love making people laugh and smile and things like that. So obviously I still did soccer. So I had to choose between two passions that I really loved. And when I got to Gibbs High School, my freshman year, Gibbs is not known for their soccer program. So they had like a bunch of football players, and it was kind of hard to develop, but we got through it. I was captain my freshman year, and I led our team to our first win in 9 years. So that's really a big achievement for me. And scored 4 goals in one game against the school that we beat. So that was my biggest accomplishment. Got on Bailey's 9 for that. And ever since, we've just been developing, more players join. We've been motivating players, me and my coach. And, we broke another record the senior year. We got the most wins we ever got. I believe it was maybe 5 wins we got. And then that was just, it was amazing to be a part of the team. Now I had to stage acting and soccer at the same time. So when I had shows for PCCA, I couldn't be on the field because, if you got a lead role, you can't do both at the same time. So I had to go with the one that I was going for college. So obviously I want to do acting and comedy for college. So that's what happened. And now I'm going to Columbia College in Chicago. I got a BFA for stage and screen, and I've never been to Chicago before, so I'm pretty scared. And for the stand-up part, I do stand-up here and there. The last time I did stand-up was probably about maybe a few weeks ago. So I've been doing stand-up for a year now. So it's pretty fun. And I plan to keep doing stand-up in Chicago also.
Can you say something funny about like Maryland, like the Terps?
Hey, Monty's low-key a hater. Nyla, don't let him.
I'm not a hater. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I love to see people win. Nyla's one of them, and so are you. And 3, she know I'm just messing with her, so it didn't even matter.
No.
But on a more serious note, the scary part, you're supposed to feel that because it's what's on the other side, which you don't know. And I can tell you, I've been to Chicago a few times, been blessed to go to Chicago. It's cold as hell. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I heard that.
Can survive a Chicago winter. You can survive anywhere in the world.
Listen, I couldn't even survive spring in New York.
I know them Florida boat. Wait, what?
I couldn't survive spring in New York, and it was so cold. I stepped outside. Like,
yeah, wrap it up.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Get you a nice coat.
Nyla, what they say? What they say, Nyla? You know, I don't know how you Florida boys do it down there, but up north, you got to be prepared.
Get you a coat, some boots.
Every day,
especially when the wintertime comes, because you do know in like about like another like 4 or 5 months it's gonna be cold again.
Yeah,
and when it gets cold in Chicago, you do know like they have like you watch the news like, hey, today's high is like a -6. That's true. That's not a joke. I mean, I've been there when it's snow on the ground and you walk out and the high is -7 and everything layered and your face, like the cold in Chicago, like your face feels like it's going to fall off. Like I'm dead serious.
I'm not even there. I'm already cold.
I'm dead serious. But but again, I will commend you because again, you're getting ready to embark on something that is entirely new to you. New country, new state, new city, new environment, new school, new people. Like everything is new, and it's going to take you a while to adjust. But you'll know what's for you, what's not for you. And again, just remember, like you're going to a new state, and you got to be focused. You got to know what you want to do. You got to know what you're trying to accomplish, and you have to go after it because no matter where you go, Rather you're home, rather you're in a different state, different school, you can always have distractions. You can always have people trying to tear you down, people that's trying to take you off your plan of what you're trying to do. But just keep your radar up. Know what's for you, what's not. Know who's real with you and who's not real with you. And that's all you need. That is all you need. I mean, I have some folks in Chicago, so if you ever need anything, no problem. And that gives me a reason to come visit Chicago, probably more often. But congratulations on what's to come, because you are destined for greatness. Nyla is destined for greatness. I am destined for greatness. Chris, our producer, is destined for greatness. Pat, destined for greatness, because we are all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose to enrich the world. And it's our job to make our contributions to this thing we call life, and just try to inspire many people as you can on your way. Stand-up comedy, do your thing. You're going to continue to do your thing because you're stepping out there with confidence. Rather, I think this joke is funny, or I know this joke is funny, so I'm going to say it. Just like I knew that Michigan beat Maryland in football and basketball. See, I knew that. So I can speak to it with confidence.
Right.
And then, acting. You need some folks in the acting world. Just had a few episodes ago, maybe, I think. He was one of the actors in Michael Jackson's music video. And he has tons of knowledge and experience being an acting coach. So, again, it's all about paying it forward, bridging the gap. And I'll be happy to do whatever I can do to help you, because I owe it to you and the world. Pay it forward. Do not be a gatekeeper. And that's all I got. Nyla, floor is yours. Darren, floor is yours. If not, we can get on out of here.
I appreciate it. That really helps a lot.
Whatever I can do. So we get ready to sign off episode 73. Darren, I'll start with you. For the folks out here that are watching, will watch tonight's episode. Where can they find you? Where they can support you on social media platforms, as well as one message you would like to leave for the world?
You guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Darren Moss Comedy. Post a lot of my clips there and use on social life. And one thing I'll leave to the world is, be confident in whatever you do. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Just do it. So follow your dreams.
Darren, if you haven't seen Eddie Murphy stand up, probably go watch that. Okay, Delirious, Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Pointers. But Nyla, Black Queen, Maryland alum, Delta sorority, soon-to-be sports reporter, analyst, sideline coverage, former track star. I mean, who knows? She might still be a track star. I don't know. She been running. After training for 4 years. She chose tonight to run from the smoke from me. But I'm just saying. But
I'll put shoes on
Nyla,
anytime for you.
Nyla, where can the people find you? Where they can support you, as well as what's one message you'd like to leave to the world?
You guys can find me on Instagram and TikTok. My Instagram, my main page is Nyla Cherry with 2 Y's. And then I also have a media page, News with Nyla. I might revamp that a little bit soon. So if anybody has any name suggestions, I would definitely welcome that. And my message to the world is just do what makes you happy. I know there's a lot of people, they have a lot of eyes on you right now, but do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. You're living this life for yourself, not anyone else. So go ahead, do it scared. Like Darren was saying, just do it. If it makes you happy, just do it. If it doesn't go your way, that's okay. Just take it as a learning lesson, but just do it.
That's it. That's why we love it. Gotta love it. Love these two, and they're welcome anytime. Y'all might see Nyla sooner rather than later. I'm just saying, when we return, we're going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about that later, because I've been cooking. If you haven't, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at 3-1_GSC3, as well as follow us on all of our social media platforms at 3-1_GSC3. Another episode in the books. We have 2 more episodes after tonight as we prepare for our hiatus, or as I should say, gone fishing, ending and wrapping up season 2 and taking the month of August off, and then returning back full force again in September for football season. And it's been a great joy and a great honor to be able to be on this ride and to do I guess, the Lord's work. Actually, it is the Lord's work in some form or fashion, and being connected with so many different people, so many different walks of life, so many different cultures. And it's been a blast to be able to do this week in and week out, because it's damn sure not easy. And I appreciate all your love and support on all our social media platforms. We're continuously growing every week, and I definitely, all of it goes to you guys, especially to the audio listeners on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you guys find your audio podcast. Thank you for all the love and support. Because of you, this train keeps on rolling. Now, there are some things I've spoken to existence, but I'm going to keep speaking to existence, and I'm going to keep putting it in God's hands because he got us covered. But one thing, guys, you guys always know that I share before every week of every end of every episode. I don't know what I got this week, but last week was a nice little Bible verse I had because, just pumping the spirit of the Lord into the people. But I'll leave you guys with this tonight. To love is to share with each other what is most alive inside of you. Those walls that are built after getting hurt weren't mistakes. They were protecting you. But now they're keeping everything out, even what you need. The person waiting outside already knows what you're hiding. Now, take that, run with it in whatever form or fashion. And then, to 1990 Studios, to my dog, Chris, thank you for all your work. Thank you for your love and your passion, your commitment to be along on this journey with me week in and week out. Because of you, this thing is possible. Shout out to our guy, Pat, who takes care of all of our graphics, lower thirds, thumbnails, etc. on all of our platforms. Thank you for what you do and being a part of this journey as well, believing in my vision and believing in my passion for the love of sports. And, of course, to my beautiful guests, Darren Moss and Nyla, Monte Moss, signing off, episode 73. We'll be right back here. Well, I would say same time, same place, but I won't be here next week, and I damn sure won't be doing it at this time. But you'll be able to catch this same time, same place next week on our YouTube channel at 3_GSC3. And signing off, love you guys. I will see you guys down the road, and go Spain.